So it's January the 21st, 1998. Resident Evil 2 just dropped. You're coming home from work, from your tired job, and you sit on the floor. Yes, I'm making the video. I'm describing the scenario. Your house doesn't have furniture. Now you put that disc in your PlayStation, and you start probably one of the most overhyped / hype classic games ever made. Do you remember that feeling? Do you? Good, because I don't. I was 7. Today, I want to go over exactly how I felt when I'm playing this from a perspective of someone that's never played the original one. And I want to give you my opinions on it, how I felt about it, and I know this is not a review. I've only beat Leon's story, and I just want to give you this overall, we'll call it an impressions. I don't know how I'll name it in the video. Let's go ahead and get on with the video. Let's get my history out of the way right now with Resident Evil. I started the Resident Evils at Resident Evil 4, and I don't really remember a whole lot of that game, to be honest with you. I played it maybe in my early teens, but since Resident Evil 4, I haven't missed a single Resident Evil since. I've played Resident Evil 5 through 7. I even beat that whack-ass game Operation Raccoon City. So I came into this expecting, not exactly that kind of experience of a game, but something around it. I definitely did not get that, and I'm kind of glad. Resident Evil 2 is one of the 2 games that I've ever had that feeling that I'm not safe around every corner. The other game in that is Dead Space. These 2 games have been the only games that I truly fear the enemy, and every time I hear a noise, I slow down and almost come to a complete halt and look around, look in front of me, look behind me, look around me, and see exactly what it's coming from and see what's coming my way. One thing I'm not feeling about this game is the sheer amount of ammo it does take to kill zombies. I don't care what game we're playing and fighting a zombie should never take more than a few bullets to kill them. Sometimes this game I can unload a whole clip into a zombie's head, and sometimes he would die, sometimes he wouldn't, sometimes he would literally come at me, sometimes I would shoot 2 shells into a zombie's head of a shotgun and he would still be alive. I get why they did it. I do. I respect it, actually. I respect it because that little adjustment made it to where, it was a lot easier, and it could make it to where you felt like it was actually a survival game. This is the point in survival games anyway, it's to make you feel like you're on the edge of your seat, and at any turn you can get killed. And I guess, when it comes to this, that's the one good thing they did, is they always made you feel like you always had something to lose. Like every corner you could die. At every corner you can literally die in this game. One of the things that I do want to point out is I love the way they took aspects from other games and put them in this game. The crafting system to the inventory, and the way you see the animations of locking doors and unlocking doors. Backtracking was awesome in this game. I never felt like it was a chore. I always, when I got a new tool, or maybe, a new key in general, the first thing that came to mind is, oh, this is for that, the tool is for the bolt cutters. It's for me to unlock those doors with the chains on it, or the key. Oh, I got that key, that blue key or that red key or the club key. I know where I can get these for them. I can actually go down that hallway now and go into there. So it felt like really nice going back to that hallway that you could never get in that door, and actually finally get in that door. And there's not a lot of games that do that really successfully and make it feel like it's not a chore. Without spoiling too much about the game, I do want to talk about one aspect of this game. The aspect actually chases you around the entire game, and if you don't want to hear any type of spoilers whatsoever, I suggest that you click off this video right now. I'll give you a couple seconds. Alright, so what I want to talk about is actually Mr. X. Mr. X is a monster that has the G virus in him. I believe it's the G virus. I'm not too familiar with what virus is what. And this is by far one of the best uses of enemies I've seen in a game in a very long time. They had something similar to this guy in Resident Evil 7. It was the dad, so I assumed that the dad was based off this character. So it's nice to know where they actually got him from. Mr. X will scare the living shit out of you. He'll scare the heart out of your chest. X will chase you around the entire game, and he literally would be on your ass the entire time. He kind of makes me get that like Michael Myers feeling. He'll just walk and walk and walk to you. Is he really hard to deal with? No, he's not. You can easily maneuver around him. You can even shoot him down and make him get to his knee, but I don't suggest that because he does take a lot of ammo to do that, and it's not like he's down for a long time. but I love him there. I think he gives the game a huge value, and you know, he gets that survival aspect. He makes this really loud noise footprints, and you can hear him even if he's in the hallway below you. So just sitting there, sometimes you're judging where he is and see if he's near you or not. And sometimes you just got to stop and listen carefully, especially if you got, like, you know, really nice earphones, headphones. You can hear him down the hallway going up the stairs, and when he's not making noises at all, he'll straight up, you'll come out of a you know, some kind of room, and sometimes he'll break the wall that's in front of you and scare the living shit out of you, and I love it. Other times he'll come at you in the worst possible scenarios, when you're fighting some lickers or something, or a bunch of zombies, or even just solving a puzzle. So it's nice that, you know, he puts him in there. Sometimes you have to get rid of him and come back and solve the puzzle. And I hear he'll be in, not necessarily him, but something similar to him. Nemesis is going to be in Resident Evil 3, and he follows you around just like him did. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped already for that. Resident Evil 2 Remake is simply a masterpiece, and I would love to play more of it right now, but I can't. So I did want to get some kind of information out to any of my subscribers, because I did have a couple people asking me how I felt about the game. Right now I can't review it. Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out tomorrow, and I don't have enough time to finish Claire's story, get a really good concept, and get all my words out how I want to, and put really, you know, a good valid effort into it. So I wanted to make sure, at least, you know what I'll do, I'll name this that I'm reviewing Leon's story. If I were to give this a score from right now, I would say, I don't even really give scores out like that much anymore, but it'd be like a 9.5 out of 10. And that's really high for my channel. I just feel like everything in this game, they did exactly how they wanted to. They did everything that they needed to, and they didn't really fall short on anything. Even the flaw I had with zombies, for some reason, have, you know, still heads. And that was bothering me, but about halfway through, it stopped bothering me at all. And I started playing it like a survival game and not an action game. I do think that, do I think zombies should take 4 shots to kill in the head? Hell no. Absolutely not. But, you know, games with zombies should never take that many. But I have to actually, for this particular game, and probably Resident Evil 3, I got to give it a pass. I understand why they did it. They wanted you to fear the zombie. They didn't want it to be a joke. To these days, a zombie kind of has become a joke. From The Walking Dead to the Dead Risings, you know, they've been kind of a joke. They're easy to kill, but this was the original, you know, thriller when it comes to games and zombies, and I gotta respect that. I don't really think, you know, the last section I'm about to go into the last section for Claire's story. I don't think that would take away from anything of this treasure. I don't think that anything that could possibly happen in that story is going to make me think anything less of this game. Capcom blessed me with something now. So I just have to say that if Resident Evil 3 Remake is anything like this, if they really are making one, right now I'm going to have to say I give it a 9. The shit ain't even out yet. That's how good the Resident Evil 2 Remake is. This is how you make a remake, and I feel like to now into the end of time, if a studio doesn't take the initiative to make remakes like this, we shouldn't give them money. This game deserves $60. If you want money, if you know, EA, Ubisoft, if you want money for your remakes, make remakes like this. People will buy it. I just saw an article where it was like the #1 thing on Steam sold of Capcom games. All of them. It literally sold more than Monster Hunter Worlds, and that's crazy. This is how you make a game. Do not mess up. From here on out, Capcom, if you remake games, this is what I expect. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. I still don't know how I'm going to name the video yet. I don't think I'm going to name it review, because I didn't really, I can't review something I didn't do. Right now, I am still thinking that, you know, Claire's last story isn't going to really affect anything I have of the game. But I do want to, you know, play that, because at the end of Leon's story, there was something that would make me think Claire's story would be different, because right now there is difference, but there's not a huge difference. You know, from different dialogue to different rooms you go into, certain actually items you have that's different on Leon's that you can't get on Claire's, and vice versa. There's keys, weapons. So, you know, I don't want to review the game until I get all those facts. So we'll just go ahead and say, you know, this is Leon's review of Resident Evil 2. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. Did you guys pick this up? Do you think this justifies the $60 price tag? Do you think this is, you know, the 92 on Metacritic? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I believe in every bit of it that it deserves every $60 that it gets, and it deserves every point of that Metacritic score. Bravo, Capcom, bravo. But tell me in the comment section, did you guys buy this game? Do you have a problem with the indestructible zombies? I'm kind of curious on that. I get a lot of flack for that, but I feel very strong about that. But it's like I said, I'm gonna give it a pass on this one. But anyway, tell me you guys what you think in the comment section. I'm out of here. Peace.
Freeze! I'll shoot! Shit! Fuck! Fuck off!